Hello and welcome back to Zeroville and our Zero to Hero Norland challenge. Now in the last episode we started to make our final preparations before we start to expand Zeroville, expand our borders by creating our own alliance. And actually we did also get this Holy Pilgrim who we didn't have enough to donate to, but now we do because we got more rutabaga out of. I think it was because some of it was in the market, maybe? Either way. So right now we are basically just kind of expanding our army still. Right now we are out on campaign and we are going over down here near to Siva to take out this bandit camp, and then we will probably take out either this one, or was there another one? No, okay, there was not. So we'll do that, and then otherwise we are just pretty much continuing to grow, and we are probably going to demand Ugrad to become neutral during this episode. Or maybe at the end of this episode, or maybe it will have to wait until the next to actually complete that. Okay, and we do have a couple of peasants here, loyalists, to hire into the army, which we will go ahead and do right now. Additionally, it appears that Vasna is going to have some marauders trying to attack them. That is actually good for us, because if we go ahead and try to force Ugrad into neutrality, they will actually have a harder time defending. So I don't see them on the map yet. I'm not sure if we should wait. I think we will until Sadibor gets his inspections done, and then I'll send him off to force neutrality. Now Sadibor is done with his work for the day. However, Dewar's loyalty is a little low, so we are going to go ahead and reward him before we head out to make sure his loyalty doesn't get too low while we're away. And with that out of the way, you can see the marauders are actually on their way right now to Vasna. There are 15 of them. They're okay. They're not that strong, though. I think Vasna should repel this. Not easily, but I don't think they're going to lose much more than like half, maybe a little more than half of their army. So we're going to go ahead and ultimatum on neutrality, and we could actually send messengers on this, but the reason I'm not doing that is because I actually want to buy herbs from either Vasna or Gorno. We could use those. We very much could. And additionally, I will possibly also want to sell more medical salves to somebody if they decide to start buying them. So I would like to keep the paper around for the moment until I decide what to do with it. Now apparently Dewar was already bribed again, so it's a good thing I went ahead and gave him a little bit of rings. Now Sadibor is basically already gone, so we're going to have Dewar do the trader for today. And all we really want at this point, maybe I would like to sell some meat, but I don't think we're going to actually do that. So all we really want, we want more rings. We need to have enough rings. We're going to buy more maces. We may buy a little bit more spears and some shields. And that is probably mostly it. We're going to buy enough paper for another trade route in case we decide we want to do that. And otherwise, as you can see, this is spending a lot of our money. And I think what we're going to do, we're going to try to get as many weapons and stuff like that accrued as possible for this this push that we're going to probably have to do. We're probably going to have to do a lot of fighting to create our alliance. So we're going to try to get as many weapons as we can, and then we're going to discontinue the trader, and we're going to basically just use all of our money only on hiring strong warriors. And I know that we switched off of that, but the reason we're switching back to it now, there is a logic to the reason. We needed the trader for an amount of time longer so that we could get the weapons that we needed, get the paper we needed for trade routes, all of that. Otherwise, our economy probably would have collapsed and our army would have collapsed soon after. So we had to temporarily backtrack a little bit of what we were doing, and now we are making our way back to doing that again. Now, our army has made it over to this bandit camp, and we are just going to run right on in. It looks like there may be a few people going to this tower. We'll just see. We may go ahead and go for these guys first. Maybe these guys won't be able to attack us very well from there. It looks like they will, though. Okay, well, go ahead and hit stay in the back for a moment. Let them engage a little bit and run on in. And now we're unfortunately surrounded for the moment here. Hopefully that isn't too terrible. Okay, they just pretty much collapsed that other squad anyways. I was hoping to collapse this other one first, but okay. As long as we're not losing people, I guess it doesn't matter too much. Get over there. Why aren't they? Hold on. They're not listening. There we go. Okay, just take this tower out now. Unfortunately, it looks like we did lose a couple. They are insta-dead. That's not good. So yeah, we did straight up lose 2. That may have been a mistake on my part. Maybe I should have just gone for the middle on that. But, well, that does happen sometimes. So there's another option here, which is we could either go for this one, which is barely going to give us anything, or we could just let everybody go home and then hit this one instead. Of course, we do get Matriarch Opinion boost for attacking bandit camps, so that's why I'm going to go ahead and attack this one as well, and hopefully we can get up to 50 so that we can buy a little bit of heavy armors from the trader before we actually stop trading with him. Now, on another note, we're probably going to go ahead and allow some medical salves to be purchased, only about 5, because as you can see, the inhabitants and our warriors actually have a pretty good amount of wealth on them, and they're not really spending it as much as I would like on meat, so we'll just throw the medical salves in. If they get rutabaga fever, sometimes they just decide to go for a medical salve, even though they don't really need it. They're not going to die from it, but they just decide to do that anyways, so that should help us accrue some of our wealth back from them. Now, as well, the matriarch is happy that we funded their pilgrims, which we were happy to do it. And Vasna had a consequence of war. Looks like they did get messed up a little bit, but only about 5 losses in total. But it looks like a lot of their strongest ones are pretty much gone. Now all their strongest people have crossbows, so that's definitely big. Oh, okay. Never mind. Hold on. Maybe they lost nobody, because they're reinforcing now on Ugrad, so that might be what's going on there. Okay, well, either way, yeah, I'm not really sure how that came to be. Okay, this army of deserters is getting closer to happening. It looks like that will be happening. Okay, so it looks like Ugrad is going to force us to attack them, which is not my favorite thing. However, it looks like Marauders are now going to attack Ugrad. Doesn't seem to be this squad, though, so that's not... I was wondering if maybe they decided to not attack because they're attacking Ugrad, but that doesn't appear to be why. Very, very strange how this is happening. However, what we're going to do, we're basically going to let our army make it back home, and we'll just go ahead and cancel this attack. It's not as important as taking out Ugrad. So we're going to let our army get home, let them rest a little bit, and then we will go ahead and attack Ugrad. So here we are back at the trader, and we are just basically going to buy weapons. We'll buy the maces, we'll buy the armors, we'll buy the shields. Can't buy paper right now because it's too expensive. And otherwise, do we want to buy maybe some of these spears as well? It'll be eating a little bit too much into our funds right now, so we're going to say nope. And that gets us a little bit closer to having... Basically, I want to have at least like 50 extra weapons, just because some of them break and all that stuff. This looks pretty good for the moment, though. Okay, now Vitamir did actually finish the Varn Moonshine, and I think what we're going to do, we're actually going to, even though Dwar has managed to get 36% here done on the Caden language, he's not spending a lot of time doing it because he's just doing other things. So we're going to set Vitamir on this, and we will just, for the moment, I guess, have Dwar, whenever he feels like it, he can go ahead and learn Varn Moonshine if he wants to, but we're not going to force it. And Dwar, since he basically spends most of his day actually just studying and eating, then he should be able to get through this a lot faster. He's also smarter than Dwar, I believe, yeah. 9 versus 8 intelligence. And it appears the prophecy has come true, and it did replace this bandit camp. That is a lot of bandits. That is a lot of bandits. But it looks like 32 of them have daggers. Now, we need to attack Ugrad, but I am very worried about these forest bandits. I'm not actually sure what the best course is here. I I think we're going to wait until tonight, try to sell off these prisoners. I don't really want to leave them here, just to basically try to escape or anything like that. And then we'll go and try to attack Ugrad, most likely. And then we will go and attack the camp once we're able to rest and heal. Now, another thing I think we're going to do, because it seems like Dwar doesn't spend a whole lot of time educating Vitamir anymore, and I do believe, now I don't know if this is actually a thing that we can, yes, okay, wise conversation, and I believe this is continuous now. I think they updated it, whereas it used to be just like a single spend time action. I think it now just continues over time, so we can go ahead and cancel it for the moment, and he can go do this later on and try to transfer some of his knowledge over to Vitamir in case Sadabor dies. Now, I completely missed this before, but the Vasna reinforcements here at Ugrad have actually gone away, and that means that Ugrad is super weak now, so we're actually just going to attack them right now, and we will just send Philid, and we'll just send pretty much all of our weapons, armor, and shields, and we'll send mostly maces to actually attack them. And our odds here are 76%, which is pretty good by me. And now here we are at Ugrad. It is the middle of the night, a good old night attack, and this will be fun. And this is, I think this is our first actual attack against any other kingdom. So this is going to be interesting. Why is there only 8? Why is there only 8 of them? Okay, so all the other ones are bowmen. I didn't even realize that. 10, 18, that's sure enough. All of the people that it said, I just didn't realize so many of them are archers. That is really interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and get close. Oh, I meant to do the stay in the back. Hopefully our commander doesn't die, because if he does, that is going to destroy the morale of the rest of our men. Seems okay right now. Seems okay. Alright. These guys are taking a while to fall because of that heavy armor. Alright, most of them are down now. Chine Bell is dead. Alright, and the rest of them have died now. Why are you guys celebrating? I wish the AI would go for the towers themselves. Even if they don't go for the squads, I wish they would go for the towers. Like, why are they sitting there cheering? Come on, take this guy out. They're like cheering about their victory, but there's people literally shooting arrows at their face. Like, what are you doing, people? Alright, get over here. Quite a few losses here, actually. Mostly because of all these archers in the towers. They're a lot more powerful when they're up in the tower. But either way, we did manage to win, and we lost 6. 1 escaped. And we get the consequences of war, so we'll get an increased immigration, and we will get higher prices if we sell wood to the caravan. So that is good. They are finally neutral, and that allows us to invite them to our alliance, which is what we're going to do immediately. Sadabor is asleep right now, but he's had a decent amount of sleep. Hopefully this will be fine. Maybe we will just send messengers. We have plenty of paper right now. We do have to, of course, give them 300 gold as well. That's fine by me, though. Now, we could also force Vasna. They will be a little upset about this, though. And they are, yeah, they don't actually respect us right now because they have too many soldiers. Okay. So we will have to increase our numbers again, and then we will go ahead and try to vassalize Vasna later. Now, of course, one might say that what we have just done is maybe not too heroic, but one thing that I've had to consider here, and I should have mentioned this before, maybe I did, I don't think I did. I think I kind of briefly mentioned that Siva and Krish here they're pretty powerful now. Between them, they've got over 60 soldiers. Yeah, so they've got 70 soldiers, really. And so to be able to handle them, we need Ugrad and Vasna on our side. But we don't want to subjugate ourselves to little Ugrad or Vasna, who kept vassalizing us like the entire game, and we're never able to keep a good alliance together. No, we need to be in charge of that alliance, and that will allow us to defend ourselves against this growing kingdom to the south. And so I consider it heroic in that sense. We're being heroes to our people as well as the people around us. That's the idea here. So I think that is where we're going to call it for today. So as you can see, we do have Ugrad invited to our alliance. Hopefully they will join. And in the next episode, we will also need to deal with this camp, which is very strong, but at least it is mainly people with daggers. The main issue, actually, is that they have these ranged units, which will cause us some trouble while we're trying to take out the rest. But that, I think it should be pretty doable for us. Now, we did invite Ugrad, and they apparently already joined us, so that is quite nice of them. We appreciate that. And now we just need to see if we can't get... It looks like they don't respect us yet. 24. We have 25. I don't really understand why they don't respect us. We'll hire these loyalists. We don't really want to hire that guy yet. And that gives us 27, but they are a little bit on the lower level, so that's probably part of it. But either way, we'll take care of the rest of that in the next episode. And as always, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.